Wagwan YouTube, MK here, and is this alright? Yeah, it is. And this is gonna be a vlog. Like I told you in the previous video, I was gonna do a vlog at a later date, and today is the date because I have spare time right now. I don't have any people visiting me or stuff like that, so I just decided to do it today, and I just thought about making like a reminiscing video or like what has actually happened over these past 2 years. Because if you remember, the last year I wasn't active at all, and it's been quite on and off from time to time, and I've had like 5,000 different fresh starts, which I'm gonna explain to you in this video. And yeah, so basically, let's go back to 2013, not 2012. I started my channel back in 2012, but I didn't do anything remarkable back then. So 2013, I was incredibly active, especially the first part when I actually started. I mean, January, February, March, and I was incredibly active, and I made a lot of videos. I mean, 2 videos a day and stuff like that. And if I didn't make a video, then I would obviously notify people about it and stuff like that. So the problem back then was the fact that actually my equipment sucked. I mean, it was ridiculously bad. I mean, like I told you before, the only equipment I had was like the Apple earbuds, the shitty ones, and a laptop, which, I mean, was bullshit. So back in the summer of 2013, I got my PC, which you can actually, I'm just gonna take a look at the recording limit as well, if I can get a handle of it. Alright, you can see it over there. Now I can focus that fucking camera. Alright, I'm just gonna take a, yeah, that's my setup. It hasn't changed a lot. So yeah, I got that. I mean, obviously the hardware ain't the same anymore, but it had what it had, and it was a lot better than my laptop. And when I got that, I noticed that actually, even though I got my PC, my activeness, should I call it activeness, whatever, I don't know how you say that, but I wasn't that so active anymore. I mean, and it's quite ironic, is you'd think that I would be, because I got better equipment right now. I got a proper, okay, that wasn't a proper mic, but it was still something better I can use, and I got stuff like that. But then again, my videos started to go down, and the reason for that was, first of all, I just forgot about it. I mean, I hadn't gained any significant number of subscribers during like the first half of 2013, from January to June. And so yeah, my motivation started to go down. I mean, I was expecting it to happen more earlier, but that's when it happened first. And actually just started going more and more down. I mean, it had a few rising ups, so to speak, more build-ups. At the end of 2013, I started making more videos, and I got interested in making montages and stuff like that. And then it took a giant drop right after that, during the 2014 mark, after the first half of 2014. I mean, back in, was it March, April? Yeah, I made a couple of videos during that time. I mean, nothing major. A couple of videos in like 3 months. And yeah, my motivation started to go down, and I mean, I didn't have any motivation at that point. I mean, I didn't give a shit at that point. I was like, just like, whatever. I haven't gained a number of subscribers and stuff like that. I actually thought about quitting, but then was like, yeah, why should I do that? Because I know if I quit, I'm still gonna come back, because I want to have something to do. And YouTube is, even though I haven't been active, it's still fun to do. I mean, obviously, if it wasn't, then I wouldn't be doing it. Back in the summer of 2014, I started making EDM songs and stuff like that. And well, actually, let's rewind a bit. At the end of 2013, I actually made a choice. I just said to myself, okay, right now I don't have any motivation to keep on doing this stuff, so I'm just gonna I'm just gonna not give a shit about the views I'm gonna get and the subscriber amount and stuff like that, because that was like my whole motivation. Like right now, confidently, I can actually say that the whole reason I started making YouTube videos was to actually gain a huge subscriber amount and stuff like that. And as you can see, I'm totally honest. Yeah. So, because if you take a look at someone else's videos, like, I don't know, Road to Shaw or any of these FIFA YouTubers or stuff like that, or PewDiePie or any of these big names, you're gonna notice that they say always the same thing. Like, I started making videos because I was bored. And in a way it's kind of the same, but in a way it's not. So actually the main motivation behind it was gaining a consistent subscriber amount and a lot of views and stuff like that. So that was my motivation. And at that point I felt like karma hit me. I actually don't believe in karma in any way, but at that point I felt like, yeah, it's not gonna happen. I mean, I was too arrogant, I was too confident at the start, and yeah, it bit me in the ass afterwards. So during the Merry Christmas video and the beginning of 2014, I just made videos when I wanted to make them and what I wanted to make. And so back when I actually first started making montages, it had some of my own clips in the first two, but they were from a couple of my friends actually. And yeah, at that point I actually made one of my worst videos. It was, let's actually check, 2 minutes. Alright, just gonna keep on checking because this fucking camera has a time limit. So if you exceed the time limit, which is 10 minutes, then you're screwed. And it doesn't notify you in any way, so pardon me if I keep on checking from time to time, but it's just because obviously I don't want to end. That's the reason why it always ends so abruptly and I have to start it again. Because it's a DSLR, it's not an actual video camera, which is in a way a shame, but whatever. So yeah, so let's actually go back to 2013 again. And I actually started getting more and more better equipment. I got my mic, I got this camera right here, and I had my PC and stuff like that. I had everything I needed, but still I wasn't making any videos because I didn't give a shit. I mean, my motivation was at a complete low at that point compared to what I actually had back in the beginning of 2013 and the ending of 2012. And the actual plan was that I would become, in 2012, that I'd start vlogging in Finnish and be another one of those fucking generic Finnish vloggers which you see in every corner these days. If you're a Finnish guy, then obviously yeah, but if you're not, then yeah, it's pretty big. But yeah, that was my plan. Actually, I thought it would be fun and stuff like that. And actually, my first video on YouTube is a tervehdys video, and it's supposed to be like the beginning of my vlogging scene and stuff like that, which never kicked off. But at that point, I realized that no, this ain't for me. I don't want to do this because obviously, if I would have started doing it, then I might be a lot bigger than I am right now. But that's the thing. It's not consistent. I mean, people are going to get tired of the Finnish vlogging scene. It's just a matter of time. And it just seems like even now, people are getting tired of it. I mean, even Ed Speaks, he doesn't make that many videos anymore. Vlog Thunder doesn't make that many videos anymore. They make a couple in a week, if that even. Once a week or stuff like that. And it just feels like everybody has actually dropped their motivation to a whole nother level. And I was actually the first one to do it. Yeah, their motivation dropped, and my motivation, I was like the first one whose motivation actually dropped. And it feels like they don't have any more motivation. I mean, my best video, in my opinion, my own opinion, my best video I've made, and it's not like the best quality and stuff like that, but the message is still out there. It's the Finnish vloggers on the rise, which I made it relatively early, because it still holds true today. Come on, actually, one of my former classmates has started vlogging, and she got, I don't remember the exact number, but about a couple hundred, almost 1,000 views, probably right now 1,000 views. which is like at the same level as my most viewed video, which is the Omegle video still. And it just feels like that's the thing people are trying to do in the Finnish scene right now. It's been for a couple of years already, but right now, like last year, it started to kick off really well. And I just wouldn't want to be one of them because I know it's gonna fail at one point. I feel like I'm not gonna have any motivation at one point. So I just, at that moment, actually, when I made the montage thing back in 2014, the beginning of 2014, after that I thought, okay, if I feel like making a gameplay video, then I'm just gonna make it and not say anything about it. If I feel like making a vlog, I'm just gonna make it, like right now, and not say anything about it. And if I feel like making music or montages or something more heavy duty in a way, then I'm just gonna do that and not obviously just, I'm not gonna objectify my channel to a specific genre, if you know what I mean. Because that just doesn't feel like it. I mean, I don't feel like it. I mean, that's like the way to succeed. But let's take a look at White Boy, for example. White Boy 7th Street, the COD YouTuber. He started his channel with Call of Duty, obviously, and he got really big when Call of Duty got big. But like in 2013, Call of Duty just dropped because of Ghosts, obviously, and his channel went down with it as well. I mean, he still has over 2 million subscribers, but that's just because he moved on from that. He moved on to different games like DayZ and H1Z1 and stuff like that. And I feel like, in a way, I feel like I want to do the same, but I don't want to I don't want to be mainstream in a way. I just want to do my own thing. I feel like that's gonna be the future, and this is gonna be like my last time I'm gonna mention this thing. This is like the thing I'm gonna focus on. I mean, things I want to do, just things I want to do, and not just think about it, if you know what I mean. And I had a lot of fresh starts and stuff like that, but obviously at the end I realized that, what the fuck am I even trying to do? I mean, it just didn't feel right. I mean, the path I want to take is just make the kinds of videos I want to make. That's it, dot, end over, period. And that's what I'm gonna try and focus on. But yeah, but the schedule really fixed my problems. I mean, at the beginning of the year, I mean back in March, yeah, it's March still, but still, the schedule really fixed my problems, because I've always said before that, I've always said that you don't need a schedule. I mean, you shouldn't have a schedule, because obviously if you've, I mean, for example, Smosh, they have a schedule. They make one video per week, but just doesn't feel like, I mean, sometimes you might not be motivated on a Friday, if you know what I mean. So that's why I didn't, stick to the schedule. But afterwards, I feel like the schedule is the right way to go, because obviously if I don't have it, then I'm just gonna not make videos. So that's not gonna be good as well. But right now, just one more thing. Let's actually take a look. Yeah, 5 minutes. This is gonna be over in a couple of minutes, so yeah. One more thing I have to say before I go is that back in 2012, 2013, the beginning of 2013, my problem was the fact that I actually tried, in my opinion, I made a couple of good videos, and they weren't bad. I mean, they were okay, but the problem I had back then was that I didn't have any equipment and stuff like that. And back in 2014, my actual problem was that I didn't have any motivation. I actually had all the equipment I had. I mean, the same equipment I still have, but I didn't have any motivation. But this year, I feel like I have got all of the things mixed in a pot, so to speak. Like, I've got my motivation back, in a way, not completely, but you know. And I've got my equipment, and it's even better. So right now I feel like I can actually make something happen this year, and I can make it a lot bigger than back in 2013, 2012, and 2014. So yeah, so this has been it. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and click the subscribe button. That helps me a lot, and I guess I'll see you in the next video.